Welcome, respected friends, to this beautiful endeavor of studying Yoga Vaashishtha Maha Ramayana Shastra. Through that, remembering Lord Rama, Sage Vasishtha ji, Valmiki ji, Mother Saraswati, and also through that, remembering the Parabrahma Tattva and all the Jnanam regarding that Brahma Tattva. So, too, what we have to understand about the entire world and its limitations and how we ourselves get bound by it. Also, what are the changes we have to bring in our understanding and life to come out of these bondages and get moksha. All these most beautiful things we are trying to understand through the study of this grantha. Lucky we are. May this knowledge be received by us, retained by us, utilized by us, and may we get into that higher states of being. This is Rama Vasishta Samvada. Again, within it, at present, Leela Saraswati Samvada. It's called Leelopakhyanam in the third Utpatthi Prakaranam. Having seen Aneka Loka Varnanam, Bhuloka Varnanam, now we are seeing as that Bhuloka seen by both of them. So the Sapta Dvipa, Sapta Samudra, and even beyond that, what are the things that are also mentioned? After this, both of them go to see that Girigrama, which is their target. What is its Varnana? What is the symbolism in it or Jnanam in it, Tattva in it? Let us see what Mother guides us in. So listen patiently, whatever we are able to grasp it, other just leave it. These are all trainings to make our intellects subtler and ego individuality to accept the presence of different lokas, different beings, etc. Yet all of them put together again are from the Adhisthana Brahma Drushti Kalpita only. So, in this Kalpita only, entire samsara happening for all the jivas. Among them, anyone by his desire, want, and effort can go beyond this Kalpita into the Adhisthana and get mukti. You and I do have a choice. All that is presented to us. Then, as we see our outer limited life, as we understand and accept and get convinced about this Paramartha Tattva, we also, there is a chance for us to become that Mukshu Jignasu. If we don't study Shastras, the presence of that Paramatma Tattva and obtainment of it is the moksha. These informations also we will be denied of. Isn't it? This deluding world alone will be taken by us as real. We will continuously be like in the dream, in this world, becoming karta and bhokta. That's it. And continuously suffering limitations with all great karmas done and great karma phalas found. Still, all that will be binding only, limited only. है ना? This is just an initial stage of our opening our intellect. Let us continue. Let it take its own time. May our intellects be get expanded to understand, like the great sages and saints. They were also at one point of time were just beginners in the knowledge. Continued, they got it. That's called as jnana tapasya. Tapasya, the hardships, going through the hardships to obtain the tattva jnana. So, right, friends, let's see. Half of the chapter we saw, little more than that. Remaining shlokas we will see. Then we'll chant the next sarga also. Let us see. ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यम् ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वसिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणेतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनि गुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थं धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृतेः धर्ममोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्रीराम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण स्मृति प्रकरण मोक्ष शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ॐ सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखघनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं। ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्री गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आवेश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन्न शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। वसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः। श्रीयोगवासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने भूलोकवर्णनं नाम पञ्चविंशतितम सर्गः। श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच. So Brahmanda with 14 lokas, Brahmanda Purusha, Hiranyagarbha, is his Hrudaya is Bhuloka. It is the Varnana going on. Within that Bhuloka, the Jambu Dvipa, sorry, all the Sapta Dvipa, Sapta Samudra Varnana is being done almost by us. Okay. Within that lotus, in the center, there is one Karnika. That Karnika is the Jambudvipa. All its Varnana we have seen as per our Shastras. If you go through the drone camera and all, or Hubbles and James, you may find a different gross view. These are all mystic, Puranic way of seeing these worlds. Bhuloka Adi. That drushti is different. So, what we have seen yesterday, key first is Jambu Dvipa. Okay. Narayana. Narayana. Jambu Dvipa iti khyatam vipulam tatra karnikam. So, in that Jambu Dvipa, Sarit Kesarika Nalam, Nagara Grama Kesaram. So, Kesarika Nala is all the Saritas, Nagara Grama are the small little Kesaras that are there on that Karnika. Like that, they are seeing. On this explanation, if we are able to grasp intellectually, we can understand that in the entire cosmos, the Bhumi is such a smallest pollen grain size only, not as great as we think, imagine. It's very micro. Then Kula Shaileshwara Tunga Bija Saptaka Sundarim. So on this beautiful Jambu Dvipa, the Sapta mountains, Kulachalas are there. Achala means mountain. Very beautiful. Madhyastha Ucha Mahameru. In between is the Mahameru Parvata is another Bija Rupena, very small. Then Saraha Praleya Kanikam Vana Jangala Dhulikam. So all the saras are Praleya Kanika. Praleya Kanika is a beautiful word for the what do you call, the fog or snow droplets which you see. Vana Jangala Dhulikam, the variety of Vana Jangala that are there on that Jambu Dvipa is Dhulika only, dust particles. Then Sthaleshu Amandala Antastha Janajala Alimandala. And till that whole mandala, Jambudvipa mandala, variety of Janajala, the living beings that are there, they are like Alimandala, the small little Bhavara, etc., that are there around that lotus, Karnika, or even those small little micro insects. That's how it's described, you know, understanding this description by that poet. He also how much might have struggled to explain. यार ये इसका दिख रहा है इसको कैसे मैं explain करूं? Then he found that lotus example. That's how he is explaining. And it is like that only when we are able to visualize that loka, when we reach in our intellect to that Shuddha Sthiti, Yoga Sthiti, through various yoga sadhanas. है ना? The Yamaniyama Asanadi sadhanas when we do, Dharana Dhyana Samadhi when we do, when our chitta is totally free from all samskara vasana, then through upasana when we tune to the higher beings, these shaktis to visualize these sukshma lokas or the lokas, we will be able to obtain it. Like when you go to school, college, those knowledges will come. You go to the graduate colleges, that knowledge. PG करो तो वो knowledge जाएगा. As we expand our intellect, so we get the knowledge. But these mystical knowledges click to us more than with our this gross effort. It is obtained by purity. That one has to underline. The difference between the Sthula Bhautika Jnanas and the Sukshma Mystical Jnana is in gaining Bhautika Jnana, we can be of whatever character or whatever nature. Bas, oh class ke time, you are perfect, then you can learn. Otherwise, we can be in any foolish form. But in understanding this mysticism of the universe and the beyond, that's not sufficient. We have to be pure to the core, then only they are revealed to us. Everywhere you can see Shuddhanta Karana, to underline Karlo. One of the important things to be caught that why I am not growing spiritually, why I am not gaining this knowledge, is lots of impurities are there inside. Eliminate them. Adharma, Papa, Ragadi, Kamadi, Vikara, they all, as we are studying exactly that shloka in Gita, Haranti Prasabham Manaha. They loot away the mind with all its tentative or probable capacities. Thus, the mind is important to grasp all these things. Okay, next, सरा प्रालय कणिकाम हो गया ये. ताम योजन शताकार ही प्रतिराकम प्रबोधिभिः. This Jumbo Dvipa, around it, 100 yojana sized oceans during the Paurnami, Brahmarair Vyaptam, like Brahmara, they try to overpower or occupy this earth. Thoda thoda pani, samudra, you can call it as the rainy seasons, or during the Paurnami is the water levels rising in the ocean and occupying a part of the Jambu Dvipa. That scene they are seeing, she describes. Dik Chatushtaya Shalivihi, all directions, four oceans. Digdalashtaka Vishranta, see, the eight dishas are the dalas of this uh, Jambudvipa. Vishranta, they are seated and taking rest, are Sasurambodhi Shatpadam. All the devatas, like the Shatpadi, they are there in the Chaturdiko. So that also gives an idea that all these dvipas and bhuloka surrounded by and moved by all the appointed respective in charge devatas. They are seeing the position of all the sthula jada jagatutu. They are seeing the position activities of the jivas also who are, sentient. Their needs, their requirements, all of them are observed by these devatas. We are no more, not even a minute, can say that nobody is watching us. Bhitar se bhi, our conscience, outside also these appointed devatas, they are seeing. And accordingly, we are promoted, demoted, rewarded, punished, etc. Have this knowledge. Then Bhratrubir Navabhir Bhupayir Navadha Parikalpitam. The Jambu Dvipa is made into 9 parts by these 9 brothers, children of that elder son of Priyavrata, as per Bhagavata. More details not given here because that's not the main purpose. Ha. Okay, one Bhumandala, Saptadvipa, and one Jambu Dvipa, Nava Varsha. So too, all other dvipas also are divided into two varshas. That comes in again Bhagavatadi Purana. है Then Laksha Yojana Vistirnam Akirnam cha Rajolavaihi. It has got the entire Jambudvipa Laksha Yojana Vistirna and Rajolavaihi filled with all Rajaha, dust, dhuli, wherever you see on the earth, nothing but dust everywhere. Nana Janapada Vyuha Stiravashyaya Sikaram. Again, Nana Janapada, the variety of the Janapadas, isn't it? Are the ones which are like the Jalabindhus that are there on the Jambudvipa, seen as if from the zooming camera by Mother Saraswati and Leela. जैसे आप समझ सकते हो, you can see it. नाना जनपद आकीर्ण. So this says, yes, now the population is growing so much. India itself at the time of independence, 35 and 38, 36, 38 crores. How come it has become four times in 75 years? That we are now 141 point so and so crore, है ना? इतना बढ़ रहा है हम ऐसे सोचते हैं. But then if you see our Purana Itihasas, you can see in that Yuddha Varnana, crores and crores of people fought with each other and they killed. It comes means what? Janta Janardhan Hamesha Hai. Kabhi kabhi, when Pralaya happens or the Yugas change, Sankhya gets reduced, again they grow. And more spiritually seen, any of the jivas qualified, they get the human shariras. वो लोग ज्यादा है तो मनुष्य ज्यादा होंगे, अब नहीं है तो कम. Isn't it? Like the seasonal things. छुट्टियों के टाइम लोग वगैरह खाली होते हैं क्योंकि सब गाँव गए. इस तरह. हम्म. There are what? द्विपातु द्विगुणम मानम लवणार्णव लेखया. So lavana arnava, the salty ocean lekha, like a circle valaya surrounding double in size. This Jambundvipa. Okay, Dvipatu Digunam Nunam Lavanarnava Lekha. Dadatya Valitam Bahye Prakoshtamiva Kambuna. It's like the Kambu hand covered by the Prakoshta, the bangle or Kada. Tatopi Dvigunam. Around that Lavana Samudra, twice its size is Dadati Avalaya Akritim. Again in a Valaya Rupa covering it is Jagat Bhutalata Vyaptam. So Jagat Bhutalata is a Jagat. In that also Bhutalatas, the beings are there. That second Dvipa beyond Jambu Dvipa is called Shaka Dvipa Lekhaya. सो जम्बू द्वीप के चारों तरफ समुद्र लवण बियॉन्ड दैट इज द शाखा द्वीप डबल द साइज सराउंडिंग इट देन व्हाट ततोपि द्विगुणाकारं धारयन्त्या च वेष्टितां प्रत्यग्र क्षीर पूर्णाब्धि लेखया स्वादु एंड शीतया a very tasty milky ocean or is there around this shaka dvipa double its size. Beyond that, tatopi dvigunakaram dharayantyah vaveshtitam nana jana alankritaya kusha akhya dvipa lekhaya. Around this milky ocean is kusha named dvipa nana jana alankritaya. It also has got nana jana, lot of beings. Human beings they can be in any of the sukshma rupa also. No need, na, only human beings should be there. In front of our eyes only we can see so many lakhs of variety of living beings. So jana means janayati iti jana means janyate iti janaha born. So living beings that are there in that Kusha named Deepa also. Around that Kusha Deepa tatopi dvigunakaram dharayantya cha veshtitam dadi abdhi lekhaya. है ना दधि abdhi the ocean of curds. Lekhaya like the Valaya around that Kushadvipa. Nitya Santarpita Sura Ogaya. This yogurt makes these devatas very happy. You know, they are there. Nitya Santarpita Sura Oga. Sura means devatas. Oga means groups. So the groups of devatas are Nitya always Samyak Tarpita. Very trupta, becoming happy by using taking that curd. क्या बना रहे होंगे I don't know but they are happy with that curd around this Kushadvipa. Then what is there around the Dadhi Samudra? So the Kshara, then Kshira, then Dadhi. So to Jambu Dvipa, then Shaka Dvipa, then we have seen the Kushadvipa. तीन समुद्र हो गए, तीन ये हो गए. नेक्स्ट तथा क्रौंचाभिध द्वीप लेखया एवं प्रमाणया वेष्टिताम खातरचया नवाम रूपपुरीमिव. Around this Dati Samudra is the Krauncha Dvipam. Okay. Khata Rachaya, this Krauncha Dvipa has more and more. Khata means the valleys and well dug places for whatever the reasons. Navam Nrupa Purimiva. It is like freshly made the puri of the king. Whoever are there may be maintaining it afresh all the time. है Like when you go to villages and all of them, all the houses, etc., appear to be so rusted, dusted, full of cobwebs, etc. It is not only poverty, but it is also extreme lethargy. अबे जो भी है उसको साफ सुथरा रखो ना. It's a sign of lethargy and ignorance. चलने दो attitude जैसा भी रहे. But if you go to the foreign countries, ऐसा नहीं होता. They can't afford to see little dust or any piece of paper also anywhere. Everything has to be neat and clean. You know, these countries like Singapore and all, वहाँ तो कुछ कचरा फेंका, कुछ गंदा रखा. We are punished only there. That is their attitude. You know, even in India, modern as it is growing, we can see people are giving importance to neatness, cleanliness, wonderful interiors, exteriors, all of that, ambiences, whatever you call. So this Krauncha Dvipa people might be interested in maintaining it very neat and clean. That's why Navarajapura it is compared with. Okay, Navam Nrupapurim Iva. Navam Nrupapurim Iva. King newly appointed, then everything is made afresh for him, like that. Then around this Krauncha Dvipa is Tatopicha Ghrita Ambodhi Lekaya Evam Pramanaya. Evam means this way double. Size around Krauncha Dvipa is the Samudra of Ghee. Ghrita Samudra. Hmm, it is there. Tatopi around that Ghrita Samudra is Shalmali Dvipa Lekaya Malapurnaya. And next is around this Ghrita Samudra is Shalmali Dvipa. It is full of Malapurnaya. It's all dusty and dirty. See, you can imagine. You can make your own assessments, understandings, pictures. That who stay in that Krauncha Dvipa, which is like a royal kingdom, and who stays in this, the Shalmali Dvipa, which is full of Mala. है कि नहीं? There are some communities in the world, human communities, wherever they go, that place they make it so dirty with their dirty habits. They have tens and dozens and children and such an ugly thing. वो लोग हैं मतलब सत्यानाश. Such शहर you will find, such city or town, such small in every of Indian districts. You can see that group up. They don't value neatness, cleanness. इतना गंदा गंदा रखते. So they have come from the Shalmali or they go there. Contrast to the Krauncha Dvipa beings who give value to the neatness and cleanness. So why something, Indians when they go to abroad, they maintain all the discipline of neatness, cleanness. India आते ही फिर दे somehow they feel चलता है भगवान साफ करेंगे. I will not do. They will, isn't it? Your own children when they are when you go, let us say, by mistake they call you, by double mistake you go there leaving these classes, you can see everything neat, clean, tidy. And same where stupid children come to your house, how dirty they make it. दिमाग पता नहीं क्या होता है. Anyway, it's not a Vedanta nor it is in text, neither any, it's only a 1 minute advertisement, an entertainer only, nothing to talk about it. So, Krauncha Dvipa, and around that Krauncha Dvipa is Ghrita Samudra, around the Ghrita Samudra is Shalmali Dvipa. Why the Shalmali Dvipa is so dirty? Because around it is the Sura Mahambodhi, the liquor वाला समुद्र. और लोग वो पी कर सो जाते हैं, फिर काम कौन करेगा? As we talked in villages, and throughout the day they work in the fields. Night, whatever the local toddy, they drink and sleep. So they don't feel the need of making the things neat and clean. चलता है ऐसा उनका जिंदगी खत्म होता है. Like our जिंदगी, without attending any satsanga, without any doing any puja, without going to any of the pilgrimages, without any of the japa, how successfully we are living, and without missing even one day, the 10 times bhojana, 20 times drink, 10 hours watching the TV. How we are spending our time, those people also spend like that. So, tatopi shalamani dvipalekaya malapurnaya, tataha sura mahambodhi lekaya pushpa shubraya. So, that is called sura samudra around it. And pushpa shubraya, lot of sura giving pushpa may be there around it. Sheshasya dehalataya harimurtimiva avrutam. So Bhagavan Adishesha has he covers Narayana. So to his this description given, this dvipa is covered by that liquid. Tataha around this dvipa, Shalmali and around that Sura Samudra is a Gomedaka Dvipam. Gomedaka also is called Plakshadvipa. Plakshadvipa full of Gomedikas, the precious stones. So that name also is there for it. Lekhaya evam pramanaya. So double size. In that is Ikshu Abdhi Lekhaya api evam Himavat Sanu Shuddhaya. So as the Himalayan mountains are so neat, crystal clear, especially the glaciers, so is the Ikshu Samudra around this Gomedaka or Plaksha Dvipa. Ikshu Rasa Samudra, sugarcane juice. Around that is Tatopi Pushkara Dvipa Lekhaya Dvigunastaya. Next comes the Pushkara Dvipa around it. Ikshu Rasa ke charo taraf. Ante, toward the end, around that Pushkara, the last Dvipa is the last Samudra, Swadu Udaka Ambodhi, the distilled crystal tasty sweet water. Not like Lavana Jala, which the Jambu Dvipa is covered. Here is Swadu Udaka. Ambodhi Lekhaya, Evam Pramanaya. In that way, that is there around. You see, our intellects, when they get expanded, all the purposes for all that things, symbolism in that, we'll be able to catch a little. But we are the Anveshis of Paramatma Tattva. Therefore, we spend our whatever little intellection is there only for this. अब इसको research करो, पढ़ो, study all the Puranas, Vedas, and see wherever these topics are given, there may be more details found. Or you do your own intellectual research, what it means. What I feel is each of the jivas for their survival as well as for their karma phalas, whatever they need, Lord has provided in these forms. किसी का अंतःकरण में सुरापान करने का है तो फिर उसको होना चाहिए ना, so that is there. Just like on the earth also today, all what we demand various minds, so many things are that's how produced and kept. दिखता है ना कि नहीं, इतने करोड़ों चीजें करोड़ों मन जिह्वाओं के अनुसार बना के रखे हैं. In the same way, in the Ishvara Leela, wanted by various jivas, all these dvipas, all these samudras are spent there. Samudra का अर्थ समझो unlimited sufficient quantity. Dvipa समझो for the living beings to stay the places. Then it becomes very clear. That vagueness, the doubts go away. May the Lord give us such beautiful Shuddha Chitta Antakarana with which any of these things when we study, we are able to grasp the depth in that or the purpose in that or whatever the details that are. आएगा वो. अब यहाँ तक आ गए तो वहां भी पहुंचेंगे, लगे रहो तो. Next, after this Sapta Dvipas over, the last one is the Krishna Pushkara Dvipa. ततो दशगुणेन अथ अराउंड दिस पुष्कर द्वीप भूमि हो गया उसके चारों तरफ अथ पाताल तल गामिना. So as if entering into the patala, there is a entrance. Kidara nikhata valayena uchchaihi. So nikhata valaya means a valaya, the surrounding nikhata, well dug. Shabra sambhara rupena. Very neatly well dug caves are there as if around this Pushkara Dvipa. Dashagunena, the 10 guna, 10 times more. From that into the Patala Sukshma Lokas, there may be the entrance. Patala Gami Margena Valitam. So this is the marga for Patala Gami. Bhayadatpana. For others, it is full of Bhaya. And even those who go to Patala because of their Dushkarma, it will be so much of Bhaya Yukta, giving all the Dukkha, etc. Then Etasmat Khalu Sarvasmat. And around this, what do you call Vivara, again 10 times more than that, Tato Dashaguna Uchaya, 10 times more sized is what? Avyomasu Chaturdikshu. In the four directions, again Sabdra Sambhara Bhishaya. Next level of, again well dug area is there. Sukshma Ruped. Maybe that also another entrance or another level of what is what? The Sukshma Sthala for the beings to stay. Avyomasu Chaturdikshu Shabra Sambhara Bhishaya Arda Unmlana Tamorupa Lagna Nilotpalas Raja Nana Manikya Shikhara Kalahara Kumudabjaya Lokalokachalottala Vipula Uddama Malaya Valitam Trijagat Lakshmi Dhammilla Valanam Iva Etasmadeva Sarasmat. Okay. So around that is that Vivara 10 times more size, half of it is exposed to sunlight, because of which that variety of the things that grow they are seen. The other half is never exposed to sunlight, therefore it is in a Bhayanaka Rupa. That is what is explained. Nana Manikya Shikara Kalahara Kumuda, that where the sunlight is there in that, therefore the freshness and all of that. The other side, deep darkness. Like on the earth also, there are some places जहाँ 23 घंटे दिन होता है, एक ही घंटा रात. During toward their poles, etc. Other place is there where 22 hours is night, 2 घंटे उनको दिन होता है. They are all there on the earth. You are all more familiar than me. Aha. So in that way is 10 times more than the first layer of the well dug place or the second. Beyond that is what? एतस्मादेव सर्वस्मात् ततो दश गुणात्मना. उसके चारों तरफ फिर उससे 10 गुना साइज में. What is that? नमसेव चतुर्दिक्कम व्याप्ताम अतुल वारिणा. That's what. Like the space appearing all the four directions, the what do you call vari, the jala rashi is there 10 times more than that. पृथ्वी के चारों तरफ आप जो है ना वो वाला यहाँ वर्णन हो रहा है. And all this very subtle. Whenever required, that comes to grassification. When not required, again it goes back to the Sukshma Rupa. Paramatma in his Maya Shakti, when he created the Ananta Koti Brahmandas, also the Jivas, as required for them, he has manifested all these also. So, in this way, around that is 10 times more sides is the Jala Tattva. पंचमहाभूतों का वर्णन हो रहा है. So, वलिताम एतस्मादेव सर्वस्मात् ततो दशगुणात्मना अज्ञात sorry अज्ञात भूत संचार. Sorry, we missed one shloka. Beyond those, है ना, गर्ता where half Surya Rashmi, half no Surya Rashmi, around that again 10 times more sized than that is Ajnata Bhuta Sanchara Namna Aranyena Malita. Ajnata Bhuta Sanchara. The beings who can never be traced, they are the ones who are there, inhabited by them, is that Aranya Pranta 10 times more sized than that around it. So Ajnata Bhuta Sanchara Namna Aranyena Malita. That's the next one. Around that Aranya is this Jala. Etasmadeva Sarasmat Tato Dashagunatmana. 10 times more big in size is Navasa Iva Chaturdikkam. Like the space surrounding it in all directions. Vyaptam Atula Varina. The immeasurable water quantity 10 times more around that Aranya where Ajnata Bhuta do their sanchara. So Ajnata Bhuta sanchara means they just stay there, work out whatever they have to, not known to Anyone, others may not be allowed to go there, and they also may not come out. Like on the earth also, there are some forests like Amazon and all. कुछ ऐसे जीव even now है, with all the science, technology, everything growing. Some tribals, neither they come out nor anybody goes there. They allow them to be alive. मार के खा लेते है ना कुछ. So like that, Ajnata. Then around this water, what is there? Etasmadeva sarasmat tato dashagunatmana. 10 times bigger than the Jala Rashi. Around it is what? Mervadi Dravanotkena Jwala Jalena Malita. The Jwala Jala, the fire flames are there around it, 10 times more sized. The power of that fire is what? मेरु आदि द्रावण उत्के ना मेरु आदि पर्वतों को भी पिघलाने वाला गरम गरम अग्नि है अराउंड दैट जल तत्व. मेरु आदि द्रावण, मेरु आदि पर्वतों को भी द्रवित करने वाला. हाउ मच हीट मस्ट बी देयर, दैट इज देयर अराउंड दिस Jala Sthala, 10 times bigger than that. Next one, Etasmadata Sarvasmat, around that Agni area, 10 times bigger than the Jala. 10 times bigger than that is what? Etasmata Sarvasmat, Tato Dashagunatmana, Meru Adi Achala Sankatam Nayata. Again, Trunapamsuvat is the Vayu Mandala around. We can use the word Mandala, it becomes easy. So around that Ajnata Janasanchara Mandala is the Jala Mandala. Around the Jala Mandala is the Agni Mandala. That Agni is so powerful to burn or liquidate even the Meru Adi Parvat. Around that is again 10 times bigger in size is the Vayu Mandala. And the Vayu Shakti there, ये जो वर्णन कर रहे हैं यहाँ, just like the earlier one, मेरु आदि अचल संगातम नयता तृणपांशुवत. Trunapamsu means a dried blade of grass or a dust particle. You know, this Vayu Shakti is so much that it can blow away like a dust particle or a blade of grass, even Meru Adi big, big mountains also. मेरु आदि पर्वतों को एक तिनके की तरह, एक धूल की तरह उड़ाकर, है ना, उड़ा के फेंकने की तरह वो शक्ति है उस वायु का. So Meru Adi Achala Sanghatam Nayata Trunapamsuvat. So Bhumandala, Jalamandala, Agni Mandala, Vayu Mandala. Naturally, you all understand now what comes next. Vahattadrim Dravispota Karina Javaharina. So that sound of that Vayu is so terrible. Sorry, it's the other way around. Vata Adrim Dravispota Karina Javaharina. So, mhm. Both ways. The power wise is it can blow away the big mountains. At the same time, it is in its flow like the what do you call cotton, very lighter. वायु का दोनों है ना, जब वो आराम से अपने शरीर को टच करता है, you feel like a cotton is touching us, so soft. And same vayu, when it comes with speed, you can see what it does when tornadoes happen. In this way, Nishunyatvad adabdena maruta parito vrutam etasmat tata sarvasmat tato dashagunatmana. So Nishunyatvad ashabdena maruta parito vrutam. So the wind gives sound when something is there for it to blow or hit. तो शून्य होने के कारण वो वाला वायु शांत है without making sound. Then etasmad sarasmat tato dasha gunatmana, around this vayu mandala 10 times bigger than that it is paritaha valitam, all around surrounding vyomna nishunyena ekarupina. There is vyoma, the akasha. Okay, that is what is the five mandalas told. Bhumandala, Jalamandala, Agni Mandala, Vayu and Akash. And this Akasha Mandala, you can take it as the atmospheric Akasha up to which the living is. It's possible in science also, whatever the way they say, you can correlate both of them and grasp it. But beyond this, Akasha Mandala also again, Ata Yojana Koti Nam Shetena Ganarupina. Crores of, Yojana Koti Shata. Hundreds of crores of Yojana distance is the further unimmeasurable Akasha is there beyond. That's how you see that space. कहाँ तक है वो पता ही नहीं चलता. You see some stars and the science has discovered the distance between it. Distance could not be measured in terms of meter, kilometer. Therefore, they measure it in terms of light years. That you and I are our human scientists, which they could apprehend to some extent. But that's not the end of it. Beyond that, that's why Laksha Koti, Yojana Koti Nam Shetena, hundreds and hundreds and crores of Yojanas is the further space. Now, one interesting thing is what? Still, all that expanded space, which we spoke so far about in the Bhuta Akasha, or which is the Bhuta Akasha, is nothing but in the mind only. We are talking with the mouth, but with the concepts in the mind only, no? So, mind contains all that space. Mind is more pervasive than that. Chittakash कहते हैं उसको. Then what to talk about the Chidakash then? It is even beyond the Chittakash. So our mind gets stunned, our intellect gets stunned there to apprehend or understand all these concepts. ले जाओ वहां तक बुद्धि को, फिर उसको छोड़ो और खुद उस तत्व में एंटर करो, है ना? For understanding all this, we need to keep on being in touch with our Tattva Shastras. Some lives, when we go on going through, then our intellect gathers all this knowledge and stabilizes. Like any of the computer knowledge, when you study for 10, 12 years, you get stabilized about all its softwares, hardwares, programs, whatever. हर जगह ऐसी बात है. यहाँ भी आप लगे रहोगे तो बात समझ में आने लगता है. डन. व्याप्तम ब्रह्मांड कुड्येन हैमेनापि द्विपर्वणा. देखो, around that space, the Brahmanda wall made out of the Hiranya gold is there. इतना जो वर्णन किया, it is one Brahmanda. Kudya means the compound wall. उसके बियॉन्ड दूसरा ब्रह्मांड का हिसाब है वो. ये उधर नहीं जाएगा. Like that, how many Brahmandas are there? Iti, in this way, जलधि महाद्रि लोकपाल त्रिदश पुरांबर भूतलैः परीतम जगद उदरमवेक्ष्य मानुषी द्राग भुवि निज मंदिर कोटरम ददर्श. इति, in this way, Jaladhi, oceans, Maha, Adri, huge mountains, Lokapala, the different Lokas and Lokapalas, Tridasha, Devatas, Pura, the Puras belonging to them, Ambara, the space, Bhutalaihi, the Bhumi and all the mandalas around Paritam, Jagadudaram Aveksha. Seeing this world in this way, after that, Manushi, the Leela along with Mother Saraswati, Drag means immediately after that, Bhuvi, on the earth, Nijamandira Kotaram Dadarsha. She saw the Nijamandira, means she is a queen and she has that palace. That's called Mandira here. The Kotara means this Mandira of hers is there again in the Girigrama, in that house, isn't it? गिरिग्राम में ब्राह्मण और ब्राह्मणी के घर के आकाश में ही the entire kingdom, king, Rani, all of them are there. This is where this subtle mysticism. So that she saw. Then the Varnana of that Girigrama will be given to us in the next Sarga. इति आर्षे वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने भूलोक वर्णन नाम पंचविंशः सर्गः. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय, वशिष्ठ भगवान की जय, सरस्वती मैया की जय, लीला माता की जय. Now in the षड्विंशः सर्गः we will see that varnana of that loka may be before that siddha loka varnana ityadi come. Let us see that. How much big is it? Oh, it has got 57 shlok. Oh, time we have 10 minutes. I believe we can do the Parayanam of it, leaving the study for tomorrow. I am doing it. Be with me. 60 mantras, 7 to 8 minutes. Om Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. Sri Vaashishtha Namaha. Uh, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayam Tritiya. Utpatthi Prakaranam Leelopakhyanam. Leelopakhyanam. Aha. Siddha Darshana Hetu Kathanan Nama Shadvimshaha Sargaha. So Siddha Darshana Hetu is the name of this Sarga. Parayanam Sri Vasishta Uvacha Om Itite Varavarninyau Tato Brahmanda Mandalat Nirgatyanyadanuprakte Yatra Tad Brahmanaspadam Tato Dadrushatuhu Sadma Swamevam Siddhayoshitau Adrushye Eva Lokasya Mandapam Brahmanaspradam Chintavidhuradasiham Bashpaklinnanganamukham Vidhvastaprayavadanam Shirnaparnambujopamam Nashtotsavapuраprayam Agastyattamivarnavam Grishmadagdhamivodhyanam Vidyuddagdhamivadrumam Vatacchinnamivambodham Himadagdhamivambujam Alpasnehadalam Deepam Ivalokana Bhedanam आसन्न मृत्यु करुणा कुल वक्त्रकान्ते संशीर्ण जीर्ण तरुपर्णवनोपमानं व्यष्टि व्यपाय परिधूसर देशरूक्षं जातं गृहेश्वर वियोगहतं गृहन्तत अत सा निर्मलज्ञान चिराभ्यासेन सुन्दरी सम्पन्ना सत्यसङ्कल्पा सत्यकामा च देववतो चिन्तयामास माम् एते देवीं चेमां स्वबन्धवः पश्यन्तु तावत् सामान्य ललनारूपधारिणीं ततो गृहजनस्तत्र सन्ददर्शाङ्गनाद्वयं लक्ष्मीगौर्युगमिव समुद्भासितमन्दिरम् आपादविविधाम्लान मालावसनसुन्दरं वसन्तलक्ष्मोर्युगळ युगलम् इवामोदितकाननं सर्वौषधिवनग्रामं पूरयन्त्यौरसायनैः शीतलाह्लादसुखदं चन्द्रद्वयमिवोदितं लम्बालकलतालोल लोचनालिविलोकनैः किरत्कुवलयोन्मिश्र मालती कुसुमोत्करान् धृतहेमरसापूर सरित्सरण सरित्सरणहारिणा देहप्रभाप्रवाहेण कनकीकृतकाननं सहजया वपुर्लक्ष्म्या लीलादोलाविलासिनः त एते च तरङ्गाढ्या निजलावण्यवारिधेः विलोलबाहुलतिका युगेनारुणपाणिना किरन्नव नवं हैमं कल्पवृक्षलतापदं वनं पादैरमृतादिदाम्लान् पुष्पकोमलपल्लवैः पादैरमृतिताम्लान् पुष्पकोमलपल्लवैः स्थलाब्जदलमालाभैरस्पृशद्भूतलं पुनः तालीतमालखण्डानां शुष्काणां शुचिशोचिषाम् आलोकनामृतानेकैर्जनयद्बालपल्लवान् नमोऽस्तु वनदेवीभ्याम् इत्युक्त्वा कुसुमाञ्जलिं तत्याज ज्येष्ठशर्माथ सार्धं गृहजनेन सह पपातपादयोर्गेः तयोर्द्वै कुसुमाञ्जलिः प्रालेयसीकरासारः पद्मिन्या इव पद्मयोः ज्येष्ठशर्मादया ऊचुः ज्येष्ठशर्मादय ऊचुः जयतं वनदेव्यौ नो दुःखनाशार्थमागते प्रायः परपरित्राणम् एव कर्म निजं सताम् इति तद्वचनान्ते ते देव्या ऊचतुरादरात् आख्यातदुःखं येनायं लक्ष्यते दुःखितो जनः ज्येष्ठशर्मादयस्ते ते देव्यौ पतियथा क्रमं निजं तद्दुःखमाचख्युर्दम्पतिव्यसनात्मकं ज्येष्ठशर्मादय ऊचुः देव्यावभवतां स्निग्धौ इह ब्राह्मणदम्पती सर्वातिथिकुलकरौ स्तम्भभूतौ द्विजस्थितेः तावद्यगृहमुत्सृज्य सपुत्रपशुबान्धवं स्वर्गं गतौ नः पितरौ तेन शून्यं जगत्त्रयं पक्षिणो गृहमारुह्य विक्षिपन्तः प्रतिक्षणं देहं शून्ये मृतं भक्ता शोचन्ति मधुरैः स्वरैः गुहा गुरुगुराराव प्रलापल प्रलापलपलाकुलः सरित् स्थूलाश्रुधाराभिः परिरोदिति पर्वतः निर्जराक्रन्दकारिण्यो मुक्ताम्बरपयोधराः तप्तनिःश्वासविध्वस्ताः परं कार्श्यमितादिशः क्षतविक्षतसर्वाङ्गः करुणाक्रन्दकर्कशः उपवासरतो ग्रामो दीनो मृतिपरस्थितः दिवसं प्रति वृक्षाणाम् अवश्यायाश्रुबिन्दवः गुच्छलोचनकोशेभ्यः तपोष्णानि पतन्त्यदः प्रशान्तजननं जनसञ्चारात् प्रशान्तजनसञ्चारा तथ्याक्षारविधूसरा विधवा विगतानन्दा संशून्यः हृदया स्थिता कोकिलालिप्रलापिन्यो वृष्टिबाष्पहता लताः उष्णोष्णश्वसना देहं घ्नन्ति पल्लवपाणिभिः आत्मानं शतधा कर्तुं बृहत्स्वभ्रशिलातले निर्जराः प्रपतन्त्येते तापतप्तशरीरकाः निःशङ्कया गतश्रीका मूका विलुलिताशयाः अन्धेन तमसा पूर्णा गृहागहनताङ्गताः उद्यानपुष्पखण्डेभ्यो मृदद्भ्यो भ्रमरारवैः पूतिगन्धो विनिर्याति स्वामोदापरनामकः चैत्रद्रुमविलासिन्यो विरसाः प्रतिवासरम् लताः कृशा विलीयन्ते सङ्कुचगुच्छलोचनाः प्रक्षेप्तुमम्बुधौ देहं प्रवृत्ता गन्तुमाकुलाः कुल्याः कलकलालोलं दोलयन्त्यस्तनुं भुवि अशङ्कमशकापात् स्पन्दमव्यतिचापलं कलयन्त्यः स्थिता वाप्यो निस्पन्दानन्दमात्मनि गायत्किन्नरगन्धर्व विद्याधरसुराङ्गनं नूनमद्य नभो जातम् अस्मत्ताताभ्यलङ्कृतं तद्देव्यौ क्रियतां तावद् अस्माकं शोकनाशनं महतां दर्शनं नाम न कदाचन निष्फलम् इत्युक्तवन्तं सा पुत्रं मूर्ध्निपस्पर्शपाणिना पल्लवेनानतानम्रं मूलग्रन्थिमिवाब्जिनि तस्याः स्पर्शेन तेनासौ दुःखदौर्भाग्यसङ्कटं जहौ प्रावृट् पुनः सङ्गात् ग्रीष्मतापमिवाचलः सर्वो गृहजनः सोऽथ तयोर्देव्योर्विलोकनात् लक्ष्मीवान् दुःखनिर्मुक्तो बभूवामृतपो यथा श्रीराम उवाच तयास्य लीलया मात्रा पुत्रस्य ज्येष्ठशर्मणः कस्मात् न दर्शनं दत्तं मोहं तावन्निराकुरो श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच बुद्धः पृथ्व्यादिबोधेन येन पृथ्व्यादिसङ्गकः तस्य पिण्डात्मतां धत्ते व्योमैवान्यस्य केवलम् असदेवाङ्गसदिवा भाति पृथ्व्यादिवेदनात् यथा बालस्य वेताळो नाभाति तद्वेदनात् यथा पृथ्व्यादिनाभातम् अपृथ्व्यादि भवेत् क्षणात् स्वप्ने स्वप्नपरिज्ञानात् तथा जाग्रत्यपि स्फुटम् पृथ्व्यादिकतया बुद्धं खमित्येवानुभूयते तथा हि क्षुब्धधातूनां कुड्येषु क इवोद्यमः स्वप्ने नगरमुर्वीवा शून्यं खातं च बुध्यते स्वप्नाङ्गना च कुरुते शून्या व्यर्थक्रियां नृणां खं पृथ्व्यादितया बुद्धं कृष्ण पृथ्व्यादिभवति क्षणात् मूर्छायां परलोकोऽपि प्रत्यक्षमनुभूयते बालो व्योमैव वेताळं म्रियमाणोऽम्बरे वनं केशोण्ड्रकं कमन्यस्तु कमन्यो वेत्ति मौक्तिकं त्रस्तक्षीवार्धनिद्राश्च नौयानाश्च सदैव खे वेतालवनवृक्षादि पश्यन्त्यनुभवन्ति च यथा भावितमेतेषां पदार्थानामतो वपुः अभ्यासजनितं भाति नास्त्येकं परमार्थतः लीलया तु यथा वस्तु बुद्धा पृथ्व्यादिना स्थिता आकाशमेव संविद्या भाति भ्रान्तितयोदितं ब्रह्मात्मैकचिदाकाश मात्रबोधवतो मुनेः पुत्रमित्रकलत्राणि कथं कानि कदा कुतः दृश्यमादावनुत्पन्नं यच्छभात्यजमेव तत् सम्यक् ज्ञानवताम् एवं रागद्वेषदृशौ कुतः हस्तः शिरसि यद्धत्तो लीलया ज्येष्ठशर्मणः तत्प्रभावस्थितारम्भ सम्बोधायाश्चितेः फलम् बोधो हि चेतति यथैव तथा शुभाति सूक्ष्मस्तु कदापि सूक्ष्मस्तु खादपि तथाति तरां विशुद्धः सर्वत्र राघव स एव पदार्थजालं स्वप्नेषु कल्पितपुरेषु अनुभूतमेतत् इत्यार्षे श्री वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकिये उत्पत्तिप्रकरणे सिद्धदर्शने तु कथनं नाम षड्विंशः सर्गः. So in this sarga of 57 mantras, they enter into that house of that Brahmana Dampati who died few days back. Everybody are crying. Leela with her already gained yoga shakti, wants to appear in front of them. So both of them appear. Then they see them. They think them to be the Vana Devatas. Then the elder son of that Brahmana, Jyeshta Sharma, and this Lalita, Leela Mata, sorry, Leela Devi and Saraswati Mata, the Samvada happens. Before that, in few shlokas, their paristiti is explained. How Dina Dukhi. Then the Leela asks, what's the reason? So they tell, our this mother father died. They are the support not only of our family, the entire Nagara here. So all of us are dukhi in their absence. To do something to us, you look to be the Divya Devatas came to remove our dukkha. So in that way, Leela just touches the head of her son. Her son only, no? So Leela is none, but that Brahmani only who died and born. With that, all of them get that relief, etc. Then Sri Ramji asks Vasishtha ji, why didn't Leela reveal her form and tell, I am your mother only, for whom you are crying? Then the Vasishtha explains, Are Baba, all shackles are broken, ignorance gone. Leela now by the grace of Mother Saraswati is in the Chidakasha Tadatmya Atma Rupa, the one who is at that stage. Where are the delusions of Dehadi Abhimana? And where is the question of Putra Mata Sambandha? So that's all just gone. That's why she didn't. Yet, because of Tapas Shakti, she could bless them. That's the saramsha of this sarga. Bol diya. I can go to the next sarga tomorrow. In that way, we can do yoga assist Maharamayan in 2 years, 1 year. ऐसे पढ़ोगे तो 8-10 साल लगे. Right? Anyway, I'm happy with this thing that such a rare textbook we are chanting every mantra and seeing the meaning of it to the extent we can. And some places, as our intellect goes, some symbolism, some sadhana, some mysticism, whatever we could apprehend at this level of our evolution, we are seeing it. After 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 lives of sadhana, when we mature more and that time study the same text, what reveals to us will be more sublime and subtler. This is how the jivas, by exposing to these Adhyatmika Shastras, expand in their intellect to understand the higher and higher things. And the highest to be understood thing is Brahman alone is real, all else is Kalpita. Therefore, don't get bound. This is the way the Jnana liberates us from all bandhana. Thank you. Sarvam Sri Rama Arpanamastu, Vaashishtha Arpanamastu, Saraswati Matu Charanarvinda Arpanamastu, Sri Lalita Leela Devi Namaha Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Tatsat Brahma Arpanam. Right, friends? Let us now conclude here and see our next text. What is it? Vakya Vritti for some time. Thank you.